In every trader's life, there comes a moment that nobody really talks about. A kind of change, so quiet, that most people don't even realize it's happening. It's not the day your account suddenly doubles. It's not the moment you finally hit that win streak you've been chasing for months. In fact, it's much smaller than that, much more invisible. But when this change happens, somewhere deep inside, you just know that something very fundamental has shifted. Today, I'm going to show you 5 signs that prove you're actually becoming a profitable trader. And let me warn you in advance, none of these seem sorry what you're expecting. Because most traders look for proof in the wrong places. They stare at their account balance. They count winning trades. They compare themselves to others. And in doing so, they completely missed real signs.
Let me tell you something strange. The day trading starts to feel a little boring. That's the day you're moving in the right direction. What do most new traders want? Excitement, thrill, charts that make your heartbeat race. But when you start to truly mature as a trader, all of that slowly fades away. Now, when you place a trade, there's not much fear, not much greed, not that anxious feeling of, please let this trade work. There's just a calm mind and a familiar process. You look at the chart, you see the setup, and your hand clicks the button automatically. No drama, no emotions. Just like a surgeon performing the same surgery hundreds of times. There's no excitement, there's no fear, because they're not doing something new. They're doing something they already know. So if trading no longer gives you emotional highs, if wins and losses don't shake you from the inside, it doesn't mean you're losing interest. It means this: your emotions are no longer making your decisions. And in trading, this is the very first and the biggest shift. Another strange change begins to happen. Something that looks very small from the outside but is massive on the inside. You slowly stop checking your account balance all day long. In the beginning, what happens? After every trade you check your balance. With every candle you refresh your P&L, a little profit, your mood goes up. A small loss anxiety kicks in, because at that stage, your entire focus is on results. But as you start to mature, your focus begins to shift. Now, you're not in a hurry to know how much profit you're making right now, or how much you're down at this moment. Your energy goes to just one place: execution. You start asking yourself, did I take this trade according to my rules? Was my risk correct? Did I break my discipline? If the answer is yes, you step away from the screen, because you trust this truth. If the process is right, the result will come on its own. That's why you don't open your account every 5 minutes anymore. You understand, watching your balance is no longer your job. Your job is to execute properly. The balance can be checked at the end of the day or at the end of the week. And this change doesn't come from a strategy. It comes from mindset. The day you stop judging your account and start judging yourself. Understand this, you've just leveled up. There was a time when you believed. The more trades you took, the more you would learn. Sitting in front of the screen felt like a duty. Every chart looked like an opportunity. And if you didn't take a trade, it felt like you missed something. But slowly, something starts to change. Now you look at charts and most of the time, you do nothing. You see setups, but you don't trade them. Because now, not every move looks like an opportunity. You start understanding the difference between a good setup and a great setup. And this difference doesn't come from indicators. It comes from watching charts again and again. From enduring losses again and again, from stopping yourself again and again. Now patience is no longer forced. Patience becomes your identity. You understand this: an average trade won't change your life, but one bad trade can ruin your entire day. So you wait, without anxiety, without FOMO. You know the market will open again tomorrow. The setup will come again, and when it does, you'll be ready. Taking fewer trades is not laziness. It's a sign of clarity, and that clarity is what slowly starts separating you from the crowd. There's a time when every loss hits straight in the heart. One bad trade, and the entire day is ruined. anger at yourself, anger at the market. Sometimes you even start blaming who you are as a person, because at that stage, a loss doesn't hurt you as a trader. It hurts you as a human being. But as you begin to change, the meaning of losses changes too. Now, when a loss happens, there's no drama, no frustration, no internal fight. You simply say, "Okay, that happened." You understand this loss is not a mistake. It's just a part of your strategy. You've accepted that every system has a win rate, and to reach that win rate, losses are mandatory. So now, a loss doesn't embarrass you. It doesn't push you to prove anything. You don't revenge trade. You don't try to protect your ego. You just observe. Like data? Did I follow my rules? Was the risk correct? If yes, then the loss loses its power, because now you don't judge yourself based on a single trade. You know, trading isn't a one-day game. It's a long-term business. And in business, not every expense is wrong. Some expenses are what keep you in the game. The day a loss becomes just an expense, understand this, you've come very
There's
far.
a phase when every week, a new strategy pulls you in, a new indicator, a new setup, a new YouTube video 100 winning strategy, and every time you think maybe this is the missing piece. But then, one day, the search stops. You suddenly realize the problem was never a lack of strategies. The problem was you couldn't stick with one long enough. As you start becoming profitable, your mindset shifts from horizontal learning to vertical mastery. Now you don't want 10 setups. You want one edge. And then you study it again and again, deeply, honestly. You no longer need excitement. You no longer need novelty. You need clarity. You understand doing one setup correctly 1,000 times is far more powerful than learning 10 new ones. So you stop hunting for new strategies. You start mastering one you already trust. And that trust slowly leads you to consistency. The day you stop searching and start committing, understand this, you're no longer just a trader. You're becoming a professional.
Now comes a casino one prepares you for. Inside, everything has changed. The way you think, the way you react, your discipline. But on the outside, nothing looks different. The account looks the same. Results still feel inconsistent. Some profits, the same old disappointment. And this is where the most dangerous question is born: am I really on the right path? Or am I just fooling myself? This is the moment where most people break. Because now, they have no excuses and no proof. They can feel the internal change, but the external world doesn't validate it. And in this gap, doubt is born. If you're in this phase, understand this, you're not going backward. You're standing at a place where very few people have the courage to move forward.
This is the moment where you need to stay the calmest. You must trust the process. Trust the habits you've built with so much effort. Remember this, in trading, internal change always comes before external results. The market never rewards immediately. It tests patience. But if you can endure this gap, if you can stand by your rules, despite the doubt, then results arriving is no longer a question, it's inevitable. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but when that day comes, you won't be surprised, because you'll know you had already become profitable on the inside. The market is just now putting its stamp on it.